What's happening? Jesse Dale here. So we're going to go over the cost of peptides. But before we do that, we need to do a prerequisite. These are 6 prerequisites that we need to know, that you need to know before implying or inquiring about cost, and definitely before purchasing any peptides from anyone. Number 1, are you purchasing from a licensed professional? Short Proteins has their DEA license. They are a registered clinic here in the United States. That is who you're getting your peptides from. If you're not getting your peptides from a licensed clinic, a licensed professional, then do not buy. You're basically buying from a drug dealer at that point. So licensed professional. Number 2, are the peptides made in the USA? Now, vast majority of peptides are made in China, Hong Kong, and that doesn't necessarily inherently make them bad. However, in some of those labs, they don't have the regulations that we have here in the United States. They don't have some of the cleanliness standards. They don't have a lot of the compounding standards. I heard a story of one lab in Hong Kong where they were literally doing BPC 157 right here in this aisle, and then right over here they were doing fentanyl. And that's another thing, is a lot of these labs that are putting out these peptides, it's a lot of other drugs are legal to make in, like, say, Europe or China or whatnot. So they're being made alongside of other compounds, and the potential for bad things to happen or compounds to get mixed up is absolutely there. So you want to make sure that you're buying from the US. Number 3, do your peptides have a certificate of authenticity per vial? When you order from Short Proteins, you can pick up the vial. There's a QR code. You can scan that QR code, and it's going to give you the COA, certificate of authenticity, for that particular vial. What a lot of places are doing to fool you, to make themselves look credible, is they'll have a COA for one batch that they tested maybe 5 years ago, and they will use that same COA for thousands and thousands of vials that they're going out and selling, and who knows if those vials are what they say they are. So ours, you scan the QR code, and it's going to give you a COA for that particular vial. That is unbelievable. Number 4, now we're getting into some of the costs. So when you're purchasing, or when someone's like, man, I can get you some BPC 157 for this. Okay, here's some things that you need to know. Is that the kit price? A kit equals 10 vials. So whenever you hear someone say kit, that is 10 vials, all right? So that's what a kit is. Obviously, just like in anything in life, if you buy one, you're gonna pay more than if you're buying all 10. Okay, so I definitely encourage you to buy by the kit, regardless of who you're purchasing from. Second, okay, or this is number 5 actually. Number 5 would be, what is the milligram dosage? Someone will, a lot of times I'll get people say, man, I got some BPC 157 for $49, and it will be a very, very low milligram dosage that's basically going to do nothing for them, or that vial is going to last them all of like 3 days. Okay. When we do business, I like a vial to last a month. Now, obviously, a lot of compounds you're titrating up, you might be titrating down. So that's just a general rule. But when we do business, a vial is typically going to last a month. Okay, and I'll let you know if it's going to be more like towards 3 weeks or more like towards 5 weeks. And a lot of these compounds, like a BPC 157 TB500 combo, are kind of a take as needed. Once they do the job, you don't need to continue to take that compound. So super important that you know if you're doing a kit versus the vial price, and then in what the milligram dosage. And then lastly, ongoing support. Ongoing support is absolutely incredibly huge. Who is the professional behind the sale that's going to be taking care of you and answering your questions? Is there a human, like someone you can call, like my clients, they can call me. We talk. I help them through this. I coach them through these compounds. So super, super important. And of course, I do that all with the help of our clinic, Short Proteins. Now, let's just get into flat out pricing. Flat out pricing is, you're going to expect to pay when you're buying by the kit and you're ordering through Short Proteins. There's always outliers here, but when you're buying by the kit, you're going to pay $70 to $110 per vial, depending on the compound. If you're buying by the vial, or you're purchasing by the vial, you're going to pay roughly double that. Okay, so that kind of gives you a good ballpark of what you can expect. I would say our average is going to be between that 60 and 90 range. I only sell by the kit. So when you're buying a kit, if you're budgeting $60 to $90 per month, or that would be your kit price, which breaks down to 60, $90 per month because each file should last around a month. That's what I would go ahead and budget. So just make sure that you do order by the kit so you save that kind of that money. I get it. Some people are just like, oh, I want to try it or whatever. That's fine. If you have that mentality, you're just going to be paying double the vial price. So if you say you bought, say, CJC 1295 with ipamorelin, no DAC, say you bought that compound, and the kit price is 90 and you're like, I just want to try a couple vials, well, you're going to pay 180 for that. Awesome. Hopefully this helps clear this up for you, and I'll gladly answer any questions that you have here in the comments.